I got hundreds of comments from people who were just like, oh my God, I'm still on the waiting list, or oh my God, is this what it could be? Because I've been having all this pain. And it was a proper eye-opener to see just how many women are living with this and living really uncomfortably, because it can be like really debilitating. Like my period pain used to be so bad, like I would just be like doubled over, like not want to leave my bed. Hi, I'm Clara Amfo. I am here with Women's Health UK, and this is My Body, My Story. In my body today, I am feeling energized. I'm feeling pleased with myself actually, because I haven't done anything crazy in the run up to this photo shoot, and I feel really good about that. There's been no last minute restrictive eating. There has been no like, oh my God, I need to get this treatment before the shoot. I've just come as me, 4 days PMS. It feels special to be on the cover of Women's Health. It means a lot to me actually. Like I feel, I guess for want of a better phrase, like validated in how I show up in my body, and I feel very comfortable with my body. I think despite, you know, current body trends, I feel happy that I'm showing up as me today. And so for me, that feels really good. Growing up, I was really sporty. I used to love to sprint. I'm that person, whenever there's like, you know, a big sporting event on, even recently with the Olympics, I think, oh, do you know what? If I just applied myself, maybe I could have been on a team with Dina Asher-Smith and Katerina. No, but, I love sprinting. I loved sprinting. 100 metres was my race, and I won it every single year when I was in high school, and I've still got all my certificates. So that I'm genuinely very proud about. Then I just got distracted by like music and pop culture and film and creativity and like chatting, so I didn't really follow up my sporting career. But I loved sprinting. I loved watching the Olympics on TV. My dad was quite active, like he loved badminton, and like I think he like did like judo and stuff, like yeah, in his like 20s, 30s he was like really into judo. I've got pictures of him in like his outfits and stuff. But yeah, always active, like loved dancing. Always, I was always a very, I think subconsciously, a very movement orientated person, because I think I've just got a lot of energy in general, so I can't sit still for long. So yeah, I've always moved this body. I think I've definitely learned about just the truly functional aspect of exercise for your mental health and for your physical self. Like they kind of go hand in hand. Like I definitely notice now, like if I haven't moved my body for, you know, a good few days in succession, it definitely affects my mood. And it could be anything as simple as like, even if I haven't gone for like if I try and go at the very minimum a 30-minute walk every day, whether that's on my little walking pad or just outside, because I just think when I've sat still for a few days, like I can feel the difference, and I just don't like it. I think growing up, when it came to my body image, I was very lucky that culturally I was very in tune with what my community body standards were. You know, I'm Ghanaian, and in Ghana, you know, I think women are appreciated of all body shapes. You know, whether you are like super slim or you live in a bigger body, like there is just a genuine like body confidence in all the women there. And I think I count my lucky stars actually that I wasn't terribly negatively affected by like the super skinny like aesthetic that I would see. The sort of like the LA girls of that sort of like mid 2010 sort of like era, you know, they're all getting styled by the same person and they're all getting like kind of hounded by the paparazzi. That I remember that look being really like a thing and people really wanting to aspire to that. And I can genuinely say that didn't affect me that badly growing up. It's actually currently now, it's a really interesting time to sort of like fight for, I guess with yourself, a sense of like body neutrality, for want of a better phrase, just because, you know, we can't ignore the sort of trend of ultra slimness, skinniness, however you want to phrase it, that is genuinely, you know, unhealthy. We're seeing people abusing weight loss drugs and doing extreme diets, and to hold your nerve in that, especially in the sort of broadcast industry, the entertainment industry, I won't lie, it is difficult. You know, I've definitely had weeks where I've been surrounded by some very, very like tiny people that are in smaller bodies than mine. And even though I genuinely do love my body, like with chess, I can say I love my body, but on a subconscious level, you can't help but, I think, absorb, you know, like just what you're seeing around you. And there's been days I've been like, oh my God, am I absolutely unhealthy? And I think that's actually been a 2024 challenge actually. So I think we all know that feeling, like when you lose a tiny bit of weight, people are like, oh my God, you look fantastic. What have you done? Da, 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 da. And you're like, I might have lost like, I don't know, 5 or 6 pounds. And it is, and again, I think we've all got a job to do to sort of check ourselves as to how and where and why we're getting complimented, especially when it comes to weight loss. I think what keeps me grounded in body neutrality is making sure that, I think when it comes to the sort of media I consume and the people that I follow all different types of people of all different types of shapes, especially when it comes to sort of like people whose style I like, or people who've just got something interesting to say. I like following those people. I like people that embrace their strength and but as well as like the softness in their bodies. Like shout out to Stephanie Yeboah, who wrote Fattily Ever After. She's brilliant. Stephanie's amazing. I love that she just calls out stuff for like what it is in the body space. Felicity Howard's brilliant. Kelechi Okofa, I love Kelechi, she's amazing. Oh my God, so many people. Like Ashley Graham, I think is fab. Denai Guerra, I love her. I know she's a former Women's Health cover star. I love Denai Guerra's like shape. She's just like so like strong looking, like Viola Davis, like all different types. The scary and positive thing about social media is obviously you've got the power to control what you consume, but I also know that sadly there are a lot of people who will follow people that kind of make them feel bad about themselves on purpose. They can be strict on themselves about how they treat their bodies and can ultimately abuse their bodies because of the people that they follow, because you're sort of measuring yourself up to a body that maybe is not supposed to be yours, do you know what I mean? Or even a body that's not even bloody real, because I'm sure you know this, but the amount of people who retouch every bloody thing, ab lines, wrinkles out of faces, like the apps are so good now, even Bodies in Motion. I'm really passionate about sharing my experience with having fibroids and having the surgery that I had, because it is still so actually underfunded and not as equally researched in the UK when it comes to female, like gynecological health and female and just womb health in general. I think I had 6 removed in 2022, I believe, because I remember I was doing the Brit Awards red carpet show and I purposely scheduled my surgery. I think the Brits was on like the Saturday or the Tuesday night, and I had my surgery I think on the Friday because I can't miss it, but I need the surgery. So for people that don't know, fibroids are non-cancerous growths that grow in the womb, and I think 1 in 3 women have them, and they are more predominant in Black and South Asian women. And you know, I've got friends who've had like, I had a friend who had like 20 removed from her. I've had a friend who's had like, you know, 15 removed. I was lucky, I had like my 5 or 6. I've actually still got a couple left in me because they were too small and the doctors thought, you know what, let's not go poking around. Yeah, they really can interrupt your quality of life. For me, they cause me the most stress through my periods. I used to have really heavy, painful periods because of my fibroids. Like my biggest one was like the size essentially of like a small grapefruit, and it's on top of my womb, and it caused me like so much stress. Look, it's women's health, we're being real here. So the clue's in the title, we're talking about women's health. I have got an IUD for the Americans. I got a coil, and one of my fibroids had grown so big it had literally dislodged my coil. So when I was having my surgery, my doctor was just like, your fibroid, it moved your coil out of the way, it was that big. And I was like, oh my goodness, because of that I would get pain sometimes before I had my procedure. And yeah, it was period pain, like was just tenfold, like pressure on your bladder, like always you need to like have a wee. Like when I was with my gentleman friend. Sometimes things could be painful and it's awkward, but these are things that we need to talk about, you know, and they can cause women so much trouble. They can, you know, get in the way of fertility. They can get in the way of women like keeping pregnancies intact because they are that serious. Full disclosure, I'm lucky enough that I was able to get private healthcare. I had a diagnosis, I had screenings of my surgery within the space of maybe 6 weeks, if that, and it would have been sooner if I hadn't had so much work on. I could have had consultation to surgery in the space of a month. What was really eye-opening and what's really just really depressing is I know a lot of women who are still on waiting lists and who've had to wait for over 18 months just to get consultations and treatments for fibroids because it's not really seen as a high priority when it comes to gynecological health compared to other conditions that women live with. And I remember when I shared that I was getting my surgery, because I had to take some time off work and I didn't want people to think that I was just like having a little holiday, because I think I'd just gone on holiday from radio and then I had Brits and then it was surgery, and I didn't want people thinking, oh my gosh, you just had like 2 weeks off. Like, where's this bitch gone? And I was like, no, I was healing at home. But and I shared it, and I think I got hundreds of comments from people who were just like, oh my God, I'm still on the waiting list, or oh my God, is this what it could be? Because I've been having all this pain. And it was a proper eye opener. People learning about more, and I hope our government can get behind when it comes to sort of funding and just like letting women being seen quicker and just getting surgery quicker, because it really is a serious issue. And I think we should be taught about it, actually. I wish I was taught about fibroids in high school, just because, again, it would have made so much more sense when I was like, you know, not wanting to go in, or just like, you know, like curled up in a ball. I would have had a sort of go-to reason, because I think, especially when it comes to sort of like women's like gynae health, particularly when it comes to like periods and stuff, I think we've been told that it's really normal to be in severe pain every month. Obviously it hurts a little bit, but like severe doubled over, I can't move pain, like it's actually not normal. And I think there needs to be more education on that. And also free period products throughout the whole of the UK, please. Thank you. I'm seeing people are doing it now privately in their workplaces, which is great. Like I'm noticing now more, you'll go somewhere and it says, you know, in this building, we believe all period products should be free, which is fantastic. But it would be very, very lovely, Sir Keir Starmer and everybody watching, if you could let period products just be free. At We Can Wear White, they're amazing, great sort of fibroid awareness, I guess, community. They just post really important, real stories about women who've got fibroids. I think it's just a really good community. So if you're, you know, going through it with that, I would suggest following them because they're fantastic. We Can Wear White. I work with a charity called Bloody Good Period, and they are amazing. They're a non-profit and they're led by this incredible woman called Rachel, and they are so selfless and so great, and they give free period products to people who need them, because period poverty it's still a real thing, and they give period products to people also who are seeking asylum, people who are living below the breadline, obviously recent cost of living crisis. Some people are having to make a decision between whether they are going to feed themselves or buy period products, and they are absolutely incredible. We did an event together called Bloody Good Music, so wonderful Joy Cooks performed, and we raised loads of money for the charity, and we're giving out free period products, and it was really great, and it was really lovely seeing that sort of sense of community. And they do great outreach projects and great sort of one-off events. They've got like Bloody Funny, which is their comedy night and stuff, and like they are an amazing, vital charity, but they shouldn't exist. That's the gag. They actually shouldn't exist, because again, period products, like, they should be free. Healthy means to me right now prioritising sleep, which I'd say I'm 70% good at. Like, I'm a morning person, but I'm also a night owl. Like, even the other day, like, my best friend was making fun out of me. She's like, Clara, your sleeping hours are wild, because I'll like send her like a silly TikTok at like 2:30 in the morning because I'm still awake. She's like, I'm sleeping, and I'm so sorry. Sorry. You know, forcing myself to go to bed, you know, at least before midnight, because it does make a difference, you know, and sleeping is where you do actually most of your restorative work. Like, you know, sleeping is healing, is where you regenerate, you know. I think that's the funny thing, isn't it? Because there are so many messages chucked at us about how to live. Like, if you only eat this colour food, or have this fruit, or drink this drink, or I'm on this diet, or I'm on that. And it's just like, for me, the most simple things are the most effective. Get 8 hours of sleep, try and drink 2 litres of water a day, eat your veg, good protein, and quote unquote good carbs. But I'm never gonna say no to a slice of cake. What I'm never gonna do is restrict myself. I think it truly is all about balance. I would be miserable if I didn't have any sugar in my diet. That's just the truth. It's just about not abusing it. What is helping me feel good in my body right now? My trusty treadmill. The amount of people that DM me saying, Clara, where did you get your treadmill from? Obviously, you're not getting free promo, but I've sent the link. No, in all seriousness, I ordered a treadmill online about, I think at the start of the year, like February, March, and I love it because it's right in front of my TV, and I just use it to pass the time when I'm watching telly, and by the time I'm off it, I've probably done like maybe 8,000 or 9,000 steps, and it's just easy, great exercise, because walking is the undefeated like champion of like underrated exercise. It is so good for you. You can do it anywhere. It's just great. Loving walking. Still love boxing. I think it's good for like de-stressing, good to get aggression out, and it's just a very purposeful like feeling like sport or activity. Like I just do pad work. I don't spar with anybody. Never knocked anyone out. I'm not Ramla Ali in these streets. I know my lane, but like I like to box. And I like to dance. Like I tried pole dancing. I've tried and attempted pole dancing about 2 or 3 times now. I need to go back into it because I've got so many amazing friends who are so good at pole dancing. Who started out as amateurs, and they're incredible to watch. Like the upper body strength, the leg work, all of it. Because I think the thing about me, I've accepted that I hate not being good at things at the start, and pole dancing will humble you like no other activity. Well, thank you so much for watching. This has been my episode of My Body, My Story.